วัสดีครับ ผม Steven ยินดีต้อนรับสู่ Up to You Way. Now this is my Thai. It's not pretty, but you know, even knowing a few phrases like this has changed everything for me here in Thailand. When you don't know the language, it's like hitting the mute button. Questions, jokes, they just tend to go right by you. Now I'm definitely still learning the language, but I didn't pick it up in a classroom. I learned from butchering the words with the locals as they laughed at me. But really, that's the way to learn, and that's when Bangkok stopped feeling like a holiday destination and more like a place I belong. But the first time I tried, oh, Bangkok slapped me hard. When I first arrived here in Bangkok, I thought I was in pretty good shape. I knew a few phrases like Sawadee Cup, Cup Kun Cup, and I always had my trusty backup Google Translate. And if all else fails, everyone here in Bangkok speaks English anyways, right? Well, I found out the hard way, no. I was in the back of my Grab car, Thailand's Uber, and trying to get my driver to drop me off at the back of my condo. I entered the text in Google Translate, pointed it out to him, and he kept wanting to drop me off at the lobby. I stare at the phone, he stares back at me, I keep pointing, flailing my arms, and this went on for like 5 minutes. We were both getting increasingly frustrated. Finally, he just drops me off at the lobby, I storm out, and that's when it hit me. I felt the slap. I need to learn the language. Google Translate can get you by, but so much gets lost in translation. But more importantly, you lose the human connection when you're talking to a human with a screen. And honestly, you just become another forgettable foreigner lost among the masses. And I didn't want that to become me. And that's when I decided I am going to learn Thai, even if it's painful and my Thai sounds horrible. And when I finally opened my mouth, I ran into another barrier, the tourist force field. Thailand has this wall. You don't see it, but you definitely feel it. Beyond the smiles, the friendly nods, the okays. I mean, people are friendly, pleasant, but oftentimes not much more deep than that. Nowhere is this wall more felt than a place called Chiang Watana, home of the immigration office, a place every expat dreads. Tons of foreigners coming in to fill their visa papers, and you have these poor clerks trying to deal with the madness. It is the DMV on steroids. When I went there, I tried to make a connection with the clerk there and mumbled, "ขอโทษนะครับ ผมยังพูดไทยไม่เก่งครับ." Sorry, my Thai is not that good. And boom, her eyes lifted up. She smiled, slowed down, and helped me fix the form instead of having to go back in line. And that was it. My broken Thai made all the difference in the world. Not fluency, not perfect tones, just effort. And the first time that wall really shattered for me, it was with the fruit lady near my condo. I love me some fruit, especially here in Thailand, where I get to try so many different kinds of fruit they didn't have in my local Trader Joe's in LA. And there was this amazing fruit stand right outside of my condo run by this warm, friendly Thai lady. And I figured this was a perfect time to try out my Thai. So the first week I went and just muttered, "Sawadee Cup." And she smiled, nodded. Then the second week, I gambled and tried to say a little bit more. วันนี้เป็นยังไงบ้างครับ? Basically, how's your day going? She lit up, smiled, and just gave me a warm high five. It was a surreal moment. The next visit, I ordered my same combination of fruit, but this time she said, "Today you get VIP price." Basically gave me a 50 baht discount and a side of free grapes. I'm ordering fruit. ขอบคุณมากครับ A few messy sentences transformed me from Steven, the foreign guy with the dog, to the neighbor who lives here in Thailand with her. Once these little cracks opened, the rewards got even bigger and unexpected. Just a few weeks ago, I was at a happening place called Bakarat. There were 2 lines, one for bottle service and one for no reservations, where I was standing. Now the 2 Asian girls in front of me stepped up to the cashier and they said 2 people. The cashier charged them 2,000 baht, roughly $60 to enter. Then it's me. Same thing, cashier asked me how many people, but I say "song kon," which means 2 people in Thai. Her eyes kind of lit up a little bit and just charged me 1,800 baht. Same number of people, same place, considerably not as good looking as the girls in front of me, but the only difference was speaking Thai. And that's when I knew words aren't just for connection. They shift how people see you. From taxi drivers to fruit vendors to even nightclub folks. Just a few words goes a long way. But the wildest reward isn't even money. It was being pulled straight into Thai life. The first time I felt I was actually in was at a birthday party. My friend who's from Bangkok invited me to join her for her karaoke celebration. Suddenly, I'm holding a mic, singing Thai with a bunch of locals. I was the lone Asian Falang or foreigner in the room. And instead of laughing at me, they were laughing with me most of the time. And that was the night I thought, I kind of belong here. It definitely wasn't about fluency. It was more about showing up. And I have to be honest with myself, I'm just a middle-aged Gen X guy from the States, sweating bullets over tones but not quitting. That's the point. You don't need to be 22 to learn. If I can do it, anyone can. That's why I say it's all up to you. One day, Thai just changed everything. I felt like Neo from The Matrix, where I just saw Thailand in a whole different way. I could understand the BTS announcement, a verse from a song, and some of the menu items at the restaurant. That's when I realized the soundtrack of the city was blasting the whole time. Suddenly, I'm catching fragments, complaints, jokes. For the first time, Bangkok wasn't something I was just watching, but actually hearing it. This was the Matrix switch. And sometimes those scraps of Thai aren't just about connection. They're about survival. One night I had just finished working out and was walking down one of the biggest roads in Bangkok, Sukhumvit Road. Had my AirPods in and my backpack on, and I noticed out of the corner of my eye, some dude was trying to unzip my backpack. I stopped and said, "What the hell?" He tried to play it off cool, walked in front of me, and this is where it got really weird. He waited for me, then approached me, squared up his shoulders, and said, "Is everything okay? Are you okay?" Like he wanted to fight me. And that was like really weird. I calmed down, took a deep breath, and I just remembered saying, "Mai ben rai," which means it's all good, no worries. And that made all the difference. He calmed down immediately, dropped his shoulders, and just stumbled off. But it was then and there I realized knowing Thai, it's not just about getting good deals at fruit stands or nightclubs. It's about connection and it's about respect. And that really makes all the difference, how you see the world and how the world sees you. And the deeper I went learning Thai, the more it rhymed with other languages I knew. One night I'm practicing my Thai numbers and I hit 21, 21. And then my brain fires off, hey, that sounds just like 21 in Cantonese, 21. Almost identical. Then I noticed other things like jok, which is porridge in Thai, is juk in Cantonese. And in Thai, to say if someone's eaten a meal, they say gin kao, which literally means to eat rice, which, surprise, is the same in Chinese, sik fan. Even adverbs line up. In Thai, you just double up the verb, cha cha, which means to slow down. In Cantonese, it's man man, which is the same. This was so cool for me as a language nerd, and I couldn't help but notice all these similarities, which just made learning Thai even that much more fun. And the locals love it too. They really don't care that much if your tones are off, just more that you're curious. And that curiosity brought me to the biggest truth. Before I moved to Thailand, I used to think fluency was everything. Perfect tones and perfect sentences. Speaking well does help, but it's all about your effort. And if you never learn the language, you'll always be a tourist. It doesn't matter if it's 2 months or 20 years. Even if it's ugly or painful, it is definitely worth it. And that's when the trip stops being a trip and starts becoming real life. So wherever you are, Portugal, Thailand, the Philippines, Mexico, I can't stress this enough. Learn the language. It will change your world and how the world sees you. And just remember, at the end of the day, it's always up to you.